Hello everybody and welcome back to some more RimWorld. Ba-na-na-ba-na-na-bum-bum. Alrighty, so don't be fooled. Even though this episode is called Episode 1, this is the second playthrough of RimWorld that we're doing. So just in case you're new to the series, you see it's Episode 1. This is going to be technically 3 series in one playlist because, I don't know, I just thought it was the most simple thing to do. But this particular series is going to be focused on a bit of a magical, kind of druidic sort of run, and we're going to be going after the Archonexus. At the very least, that's the goal. We'll see what happens. But we do have a lot of mods, as you might already know, and they'll be down in the description. But I wanted to do something kind of new, kind of in lieu of when I used to do diaries and journals and that. So I'm going to give a little bit of lore before we actually begin. So, if you'll allow me to set the tone, we are a group of what some may refer to as fantastical creatures. Some refer to our people as Fae, while others refer to us as druids and dryads. We are a simple enough people, with only one major rule: respect the world which we reside upon. This rule is clearly not followed by others, as our home was recently besieged by a barbaric people. We were driven out of our home and forced to seek residence in a brand new area of this world. And we held a single unified thought as we traveled long and far in search of this new residence: revenge. We theorized how we could accomplish this before a whisper was brought before us, simply stating the Archonexus. Which leads us to where we are now. A group of only 5 who managed to actually seek out this new place of residence, and a land blooming with potential. So, that being said, let's go through what we've got, because there's a lot of it. We are using multiple character mods. We're basically using a Garulian, I'm probably saying that wrong, type race, which, as you can see from the bio tab, this is an animakin. Photosynthesis, so effectively, we don't become hungry if we have sunlight because we're part plant. We're also able to plant saplings to make more children, and the animakin specifically are very attuned to anima trees, which is why we only have one. They're an exceptionally rare people, so ideally she doesn't die. She's also absolutely terrible at fighting, but she is great with plants, which that's great, but we also heal our wounds quite slowly. The other type of dryad that we have, that's probably what I'm going to call us, honestly, dryads, is a Garulian affinity girl who, as you might have expected, is able to synergize with Garulian trees. She's also able to summon companion dryads, which I don't really know what they do, but we're going to find out the hard way. Then we have 2 things that I put together myself, as you'll probably very quickly catch on to. Effectively, we have a fairy. Now, yeah, she's kind of got a lot going for her, but I thought it was funny, and I thought it was also very fitting, so I put together a bit of a custom fairy race, which is not able to have kids, but is very fast, a friend to animals, can't get sick because it's a fairy, but has the massive downside of being absolutely tiny and therefore bad at everything. Then, because, again, I thought it was funny and also very fitting, we also have a pixie. The Pixie ramps that up to 11. Basically immune to all things that have to do with health conditions, like, sickness and stuff. But, legit borderline worthless in any sort of fight. Not very good at digging, not very good at drilling, not even very good at constructing. But it is a pixie, so what did you expect? So, we did start with a little bit of a harder introduction than our previous run. I am using Cassandra Classic, although I am playing on a slightly lower difficulty because even though we've completed one run, that doesn't mean that I'm confident at the game. Overall, it is a harder difficulty than what we were playing on last time because we're using Cassandra Classic, who is effectively the normal mode, which is why I decided to turn it down just a little bit. We also are not going to get the anomaly pillar since we've already deactivated it, but anomalies will still show up at random, albeit pretty rarely because they don't really have a portal to walk through nowadays. And then we are effectively in the very center of the planet. It seemed like a pretty good choice to me. I don't know if it is or not. And because we're on the Archonexus run, we're going to be moving regardless. And then you have obviously met our 5 new people, but let me run you through their stats, because they're actually pretty insane. I didn't mess with them at all. I pretty much just let them all be what they're going to be. Apple she's very passionate about a lot of things, but she's only good at a handful of them. She is also a budding artist, and she's brave, but she's psychically sensitive, which, not amazing for if we get any kind of, negative aura, but it will be really good because she's the one who's gonna link, ideally, to the anima tree. She's also a wimp, which just means that we basically can't bring her into a fight, which is great. Cypress is a tribe child, so pretty good. She's a herder. Overall, not a whole lot of passion and everything, but she's good with plants and good with animals, which is pretty much all we really need her to be. She is tough, so half damage, always good. Chemical fascination, that sucks, but we'll work with it. Willow, our fairy, for some reason does not have an adulthood. I'm guessing that's because she is so... Oh, it's because she's 17. Okay, never mind. She's not an adult yet, much to what I thought. She's a quick sleeper, animal friend, and she's kind. She also has a crap ton of passion, but she's very bad at most things. Then, Dog, the pixie, is once again a cave child. I don't know why most of our people are cave childs, but whatever. She is an animal friend and kind, and also very good with plants, animals, and decently good with artistry. And then Cottonwood is a vengeful child, a treehouse builder, amazing with plants, and a quick sleeper. But she's unable to care for things, which isn't amazing, but we'll see what we can do. Now, for the schedule, because we do have multiple quick sleepers, I tried to adjust our sleeping schedule as much as possible because our people get tired real fast. But some of them are quick sleepers. So Cottonwoods, for example, she sleeps for 3 hours. She's up for a bit. 3 hours, up for a bit. And we're just going to hope that that works out pretty good. We could probably switch this up a little bit, but I want her to be awake for the daytime because if our people are in sunlight, they aren't going to get hungry, which is extraordinarily powerful. But we'll see how that goes. And then as far as what everyone is assigned to for work, I did go through this and I tried to set it as much as I physically could. It's not great. We're absolutely gonna need new people, but for now, it'll do. And then as for our ideology, here's what we got. We are called the Feline Synergy. We have tree connection because trees are very, very good. We like trees. Nature primacy. That way we're able to, you know, make even better use out of plants, trees, all that sort of stuff. And we're a republic, so we can have 3 leaders compared to the totalitarian reign that Sally has, because obviously she is the one true queen. Garulian connection, strong, leader 3, slaughtering animals is horrible. Ugh, who would ever want to do that? Trees? We like trees. Alien appearance? We don't care. Everyone's a part of this world. Rough living is welcome. Temperature is tough. We don't like eating people at all. I was debating if we wanted to go down the organ use route. I decided that we would go with no harvest. So if we do get any sort of organs, we can sell them, we can trade with them, whatever we gotta do. But harvesting it, that's a little bit too far. We're not super against alien slavery and regular, but we will if we have to. Cannibalism, once again, don't like it. We don't like eating insects because they're as much of a people as we are. Nutrient paste, also, we could care less for. We will eat fungus, but we will not wear the clothes of the deceased. Absolutely horrendous. And our venerated animals is the Alpha Thrumbo. It only makes sense. Something so beautiful has to be loved. And then for weapons, we don't like Ultratech weapons, which is what Crimson was using in the previous series, which is basically a Giga Sword, but we do like Neolithic weapons. And yeah, TLDR, that is basically everything that we have. We did get a relatively good spawn. I'm thinking of setting up our stockpile areas right over here because it's nice and closed off. Nobody's gonna get in there. We also have a steam geyser directly right here where we need it. And then we can close off this area really, really well. Like, the choke point is beautiful. This area over here isn't amazing for us, but you know what? We'll make use out of it. We'll plant some Garulian trees. We'll have a bunch of claws defending us. It'll be great. As for the rest of the map, honestly, it's not too bad. Huge, sprawling areas. A lot of trees. We also do have a little bit of water, although it's not running water, which, hey, we'll just have to grit our teeth and bear with that. And yeah, overall, this spawn is really, really good. And this is the first one that I went with, because I told myself I wasn't just gonna spam it until we got something really, really good. So, this is what we're gonna make use out of. Whew. We also have a ton of potential races that we can get. There's a bunch of Druidic ones, there's some custom ones that I made, and yeah, overall, this should be a relatively fun playthrough. And on the planet map, here's where we are. Legit, like, right in the center of everything. We're also backed up against a mountain, so ideally that kind of protects us from any bad doohickeys. There's a couple cities around that we could explore. There is a lava field, which is interesting to me. I don't really know what use we can get out of that, but there is lava, so debatably we can make some kind of use out of that. Maybe we'll get obsidian. And then they are really, really far, but we want to befriend these factions because they have another one of the races that we very much want on our side, and you'll see why when the time comes. I'd say the only bad thing about where we are is we do have a couple people who do not like us relatively close. For example, the League of Kulo, Kinwat, Romilia, and the MC people. They don't like us, probably because we don't like them. As far as we're concerned, they're the people that attacked us. Now, let's go ahead and get started on the Archonexus run. All right. Now that I'm done yapping about how this... I was gonna say estate. Oh, I've been playing too much Darkest Dungeon. How this is gonna go, we are immediately gonna get started. So, I'm gonna play it on slow and let them do what they're gonna do for the moment. What I'm going to work on first and foremost... they want beds. Okay. Cool. So we could make a crafting spot. I'm actually kind of debating making something for research. Although, I'm also not seeing anything. Ah, research spot. That's why I wasn't recognizing it. A spot to think on. Before a simple research bench can be constructed, researchers work here to discover new things. Okay, that's... yeah, that's certainly new. Okay, so I'm noticing differences in how this is gonna go already. Here's the question. What do we work on first? Tree sowing, we already have that. That's good. Cocoa trees... I mean, chocolate would actually be something of note. Stone cutting, I think, is always important, so we're probably going to do that first. And then I do also have a wooden Game of board getting ready, as well as a wooden hoopstone ring, which apparently the Game of increases intellect, and the hoopstone increases shooting. So that's something of note. Then what I'm going to do is let's go ahead and put down a growing zone. Ooh, look at all this fertile land. Okay. Let's do a big old patch of trees. And we will do... we'll do oak trees. Why not? Then we're going to make some zones over here just so we can get some food growing. Oh, huge fertile land over here, but it's kind of far away, which I'm not a huge... Ooh, above us, too. Okay, wait a minute. We're actually looking pretty good on fertile land. All right, so here's the plan. Here's what we have set up. Up here, we've got a corn plant farm. I know, technically it's not as useful, but down here, we've got our trees... We've got some rice, and then we have some heal root. Just in case we get into any sort of trouble, I would like to have heal root on standby. And we also have absolutely plenty to mine. I'm not actually going to mine the compact machinery yet, because we have nowhere to store it, and the stuff is going to break. Also, we get to see with Willow just how slow deconstructing is, because fairies... with their size, unfortunately, are not quite as good. Let's see. Dog, however, is very, very quick. Sort of. Despite the fact that she has... oh, wait, no. She doesn't have it. Never mind. I was gonna say she had unreasonably fast runner, but no, that would be Willow. Okay, so everyone is going to do their thing. Persimmon right now is coming to get these trees out of the way. I am tempted to summon our companion dryads, but I think it's a little bit too early. Because it's also daytime, none of our people should be getting tired at the moment or hungry. Apple is doing a little bit of thinking. And then I also do have these floor paintings set up. Apparently, they get better and better depending on our tech level, so ideally, that'll be pretty good. Pemmicians were already kind of running a little bit low, but let's go ahead and check on everyone's needs, just to see how they're doing. Dislike xenotype, we're gonna need to adjust that. Because if our own people are disliked, that's not ideal. So that's a mistake on my end. However, let's see. Burning Passion, Rich Forest, good. Okay, and because we have a very simple weapon, we're happy. Uniform thoughts, because we're all part of the same thing. Trees have been disturbed, which, unfortunately, that's just gonna happen for a little bit. And serious pain, because you have a stab scar. Gotcha. Okay, so I'm gonna adjust the xenotypes thing, because that shouldn't be happening with our people, but still. Okay, so I went ahead and adjusted our ideology. Ideally, I don't need to again, but here's what I changed. We no longer have preferred xenotypes. However, we now despise fire, since most of us are made out of some form of wood, and we despise mechanoids, because why would we ever use mechanoids? Ugh! But because we despise fire and mechanoids, I figured that firefighting would be preferred. So we get a little bit of a mood bonus if we put out fires. And because we're all natural, we don't like growth vats either. So, there you go. I figured that would be a pretty good adjustment, since we're overall going to be in a better mood, considering the preferred xenotype thing is just completely gone. Having a couple more debuffs, but also a way to get another buff, would be more than fair. So, at the moment, it's early game RimWorld. It's not going to be pretty. Luckily, because all of our people are amazing with plants, we should be able to get everything going relatively quickly. I do also have everyone set to do anything at the moment. I don't know how long we're going to keep that, but it is something that we have. We do also have a flamingo egg, but I don't know that we're really going to get a whole lot of use out of it. And then something I noticed, let's do ritual. Ritual spot, we'll put that right over here, why not? This is where it gets weird. I don't see it anymore, but basically, there was seemingly something where we increase our technology level with rituals. I don't know if that's because of this particular origin that we picked, or if that's just something I saw that I shouldn't have seen. I don't know. But what I do know is we're definitely at a bit of a disadvantage when it comes to technology right now. But we're at an absolute advantage because we just have such powerful planting. And then once we've thought about it enough, we're going to have stone cutting, which will allow us to do some other stuff of note. Persimmon has fallen asleep. Let's see, Companion Dryad. Summons 2 Companion Dryads under the control of the caster. These Dryads are permanent colony animals and can haul, clean, caravan, and be drafted. 2 new Dryads can be summoned if the previous ones are killed. The ability has a cooldown of 1 quadrum. I'm really tempted to do that. And then if we're ever in a really horrible spot, Apple has the extremely powerful ability to just do a Psychic Soothe if we have an anima tree, which we do. Speaking of, the anima tree is kinda out of the way. Let's see, I remember seeing it. Ah, there it is. The anima tree. It's kinda up and out of the way, but we can still make use out of it if we want to. Perhaps we'll even have our ritual spot over there. All our people are real sleepy though, so we're probably not gonna get a whole lot done at the moment. Willow is working pretty hard though. She's doing her absolute best. But yeah, as far as food and everything, it's not pretty. Let's see, how's everyone's needs doing? We're definitely not happy because trees have been harmed. We should be cooking, we're not animals. Okay, well, hang on. Because we can make... Ooh, you know, didn't think about that. We do have a cooking thing, though. I remember seeing that under production. A fueled stove. Aha! Never mind. I guess we're not doing that. Okay, so we need steel. Bring me steel. So we need to go mining as soon as possible. So once everyone is awake, we're gonna get steel and we're gonna actually prepare some food. Now what, okay, realistically, what would stop us from cooking on a campfire, right? Although I do want to see what this large fire is about. Produces large amounts of heat and smoke, burns out after a quadrum. The light from a large fire is visible from afar. As long as it's burning outdoors, there's a higher chance of wild men wandering in, as well as raids. As with all heat sources, it must be placed indoors so it has a closed space to heat, refuelable, and due to the size of instability of it, it may eject sparks around itself that may start a fire. Okay, so good way to recruit people. Also a good way to get random raids coming after us. Okay. Interesting to note. Okay, we're definitely falling asleep a whole lot. So as soon as Cottonwood gets up, I'm gonna try and summon the companion dryads. I'm gonna imagine that they don't need to eat, but let's find out. And there they are. So they are, okay, so basically they'll fight with us, they're good caravan stuff, and they kind of just do their thing. Now, your needs. You do need to eat. Oh no. You spawned with a stab scar? Oh boy, shouldn't have summoned them, they need to eat. Alright, this is fine. This is fine. Everything is okay. What we're gonna do, change of plans. Let's make more rice. And then this is still gonna be heal root because we do want something to heal ourselves. And then we'll expand the zone down here just so we can have even more heal root. There we go. That ought to be relatively good. And then you know what? I'm even gonna do one step further. Let's do a growing zone right here. That way we can have even more rice. Okay, this early game is gonna be brutal. This is gonna be a lot harder than I thought it was gonna be. That's all right. That's fine. Now, Willow, I know you're really bad at it, but can you please do some mining? Oh my god. We're on 3 speed and that is our top mining speed. Ooh, that's not good. But her mining level is going up. I need to see, hang on. I need to see how fast Dog does. I need to see how fast Dog does. It's even worse. It's even worse. Oh, this is gonna suck so bad. Whoa, spacecraft nearby. Woohoo! Yippee! We get some steel. All right. That might be faster than the mining that we're doing because they're still not done with our first one. Did you even get... Okay, you did get steel from that. Good. Oh, yeah. This is not gonna be good. This is an oak tree? Alright. Here's what we're gonna do. We are just gonna set up some growth zones right here. So we're nice and happy. This will be a popular tree, and then this will be a popular tree. Huh? Look at that! More trees! More happy! We like that. Good stuff. Oh, this is gonna be so much harder than I thought it was going to be. Also, I'm now visibly seeing that we need to expand our tree farm. So there's one spot in between every tree. Okay. So therefore we can have 2 trees right here and probably just 1 tree right here. Okay. Well, you know what? This is a good learning experience for me because it's definitely outside of my comfort zone. I'm more of a mechanoid kind of guy myself. Okay, but we do have stuff going on. Like, we're Very slowly building everything. Our people are falling asleep constantly because, believe it or not, we're made of bark, so we're gonna get tired. I also think it's way too early to potentially set up that large fire, so I kind of think I'm not gonna do that. Well, I'll tell you what, summoning the dryads was not a good idea. We have more animals than we do people. Speaking of, though, training. We are very slowly working on it. So tameness 5 out of 5. And this one has tameness 5 out of 5. Oh, I see. Hang on. Oh, sorry. Accidentally hit the mic. So let's do haul and rescue. Yeah. And then let's do haul and rescue again. So we can set our animals to do specific things. So let's do comfort and attack. There we go. Good stuff. So if we train our animals well enough, because that's probably going to be our main driving force of actually doing damage is animals. If we can get them trained in a timely manner, we should be pretty good. Okay, Oak Tree Farm is coming along. We fell asleep. Oh boy, this is gonna be a long playthrough. Well, okay, here's the good news. We're doing Archonexus stuff, right? So eventually, we're gonna be so OP, and we're gonna have the Archonexus around, that ideally it's not even really gonna matter what happens. Also, this tree, I don't fully know how to use it, but I think we're supposed to set up meditation spots over here. So let's go ahead. Let's just get like, yeah. Let's get one set up for absolutely everybody. There we go. We are still thinking about how to stone cut, so that's not going to happen for a fair bit. Plenty to be deconstructed, and also plenty to be mined. However, we are prioritizing our trees, and the game is now warning us that, we need defenses, so I'm not a huge fan of being warned about that already, but you know what? It'll be a-okay. Debatably, I set up too much that we need to plant too early, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. I think what I'm gonna do, making a nature shrine is probably, yeah, probably not worth it for the moment. Okay. We're gonna set up a very little area where we can store all of our stuff. So with this granite that we've harvested, we have enough to make a wall, a door, and something to hold the roof up. Most of our stuff is going to be outside, especially because we crave sunlight so much. But I do think it is still good to have stuff be inside. That way it's not going to wither away. People aren't just going to be able to walk up and immediately steal it from us. I think it is probably still the best thing to do. We can also start to change our roles. I'm going to wait until everyone is basically done. Okay, good stuff, good stuff. Persimmon just finished. You know what? Let's begin a role change. Apple, you are going to be the Green Chief. You are going to be our primary leader. We need a tribal headdress for that. Okay, well, hang on. Let's make ourselves a crafting spot. We'll make it right here, because why not? It's outdoors, but whatever. And then we will do tribal headdress. We need 50 of some type of fabric. Okay. So that's probably not happening yet, but we have the option. Debatably, we can make ourselves some cotton and we'll be good to go. We're somewhere else that's relatively fertile. Over here. Over here is like real good. So let's set up a zone, growing zone, and we'll go bop, 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 and bop. You know what? We'll make this whole zone. Yeah. And then we will make it into cotton. That way we can actually start making some clothing and stuff. And we do still have this entire zone to use as well. I don't really know what I want to use it for just yet. But we have a lot of opportunity, for fertile land. So I am glad about that. There's a lot going for us. It's just gonna take us a hot minute to actually get situated. But if we can get past this initial phase, we're gonna be so good. Oh, visitors. We don't like visitors after what happened last, but we will give you a chance. What do you have? Speak, human. Let's see. He has a bunch. He has a tech print on him? Huh? Okay. Well, we don't really have anything to give you, and you are selling a whole lot of stuff that we can't afford, so stick around if you must. Start a fire and perish. That is our rule. And he's hanging out. He's got like kind of clipboard thing for a weapon. Dog is doing her absolute best. She's really going for it. Any moment now, this steel is gonna wish that it never grew. That's so bad. That's so bad. She has a mining level of 5. Oh, that is horrendous. You know what? It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Before we even know it, we're gonna be so good. Now, I think very quickly, I do want to set some meditation spots for everybody. Okay. And I set up exactly enough. Perfect. That was me. Sorry. So whenever anybody is ready to meditate, we can just come straight to the tree and we'll be good to go. And if it works how I want to believe it does, it'll start growing anima grass. And once it has enough anima grass, we'll link apple to it. And then we'll be pretty good. Also, that guy left us a gift. He left us 5 gold. Perhaps we were too harsh. Thanks. Hey, we can use all the help that we could get. I mean, we're literally just a couple of dryads with nothing at the moment. And people keep falling asleep. Oh boy. That is very quickly going to be a problem. Now, quick sleeper is a good thing, right? Doesn't need as much sleep as the average person. Okay. Well, we'll take her word for that. Persimmon is going for a swim. We like that. Debatably, all these mechanoid slag chunks will actually be useful for us later. How about our needs? We're very, very unhappy because we have been just absolutely destroying trees. In the past quadrant, we have destroyed a horrific number of trees. We are the blight on this universe. It'll be fine. Look how many trees that we're growing. It's gonna be so good once we are actually set up. It's gonna be so good. Look at this. Willow already has the plan. We're gonna set up a wall. And we're gonna have storage. No dryad has ever been this majestic with everything that they're doing. Can I, Apple, can I force you to come over to the anima tree? No. So I'd imagine the only way I can do that is to set up some meditation time. So why don't we have 3 hours of meditation time every day. Huh? Then, we'll have 2 hours of recreation. Or 1 hour in your case. And then it's time to get some work done. 4 hours per day of dedicated work time. Sounds good to me. You guys are having 4-hour shifts every single day. And ideally, later... Oh, we have a mad squirrel. Can we tame it? Like, can we calm it down? The animal's busy. Well, unfortunately, it seems like we're gonna have a problem here. By the way, because Dog and Willow have wings, they can do this. Pretty powerful. Now, I hate to do this. Yeah, I hate to do that. But unfortunately, that squirrel, it was either us or them. Did that make our needs? No. Okay. So as long as we don't butcher that squirrel, nobody cares. I like the sounds of that. So we are allowed to defend ourselves against maddened animals. I was kind of worried about that. Luckily, don't have to worry about it. Willow is also doing very, very well getting our wall set up. Not a single fail. Willow, you are a star. Dog, you just keep doing what you're doing. Oh boy. All right. And then once this is set up, I'll have the game playing on 1x speed just so we're still making progress. Let's have a roof area around this whole thing. We're going to have to destroy these... Or no, you know what? We can extract the trees. Yes. We don't have to destroy them. We can extract them. Very good idea. Cottonwood, what are you up to? You're extracting it. Good, good. I like that. Now, how about this anima tree, huh? 74% grown. That sounds like a good thing. So, total meditation today, 1 hour. Progress multiplier, 100%. Anima grass, progress 33%. Yes! We can actually make use of the anima tree. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. And then once it's ready to go, the anima tree, that is, then we can have Apple link to it, and we'll get anima grass, which I think gives us psi levels, I believe. Also, if we could get some Garulian trees, that'd be cool too. I would really like Garulian trees right about now. Okay, Dog managed to get a little bit of mining. Everyone is sleeping at the moment. We definitely need a bit of a quicker way over to the anima tree. Because right now, that is way too far. We are skyrocketing, though. With 2 people, meditating, we're almost at 1 grass. And then they all stopped at 98%. Okay, well. Hey, Willow, can you come break this limestone just so we can get over to the tree a little quicker? Oh, oh, oh. More meditation, more meditation. Our first anima grass. There it is. There it is. We have grass. Oh, boy. You know a playthrough is going to be hard when the person commentating, me, is excited about 1 tuft of grass. You know it's going to be rough. Also, in case it wasn't obvious, this is going to be an extra long episode since it is the beginning kind of introduction episode. I kind of figured that having one that's a lot longer to start was probably just going to be the play. Oh. Since it looks like you'll be here for a while, Willow thinks that you should give your faction a name. The Lusa Treaty. I don't know about the Lusa. Yeah, we're the losers. How about we are the fantastical treaty, huh? And we will name this place New... I was gonna say vegetation. Is that too on the nose? New home. Whatever. Speaking of... it went from on the nose to more on the nose. So glad we got that settled. So we're all unhappy because the trees have been ravaged. People are getting a little bit on the hungry side. That's okay. We can work with that. Let's also get ourselves a cooler just so we can get a little itty bitty bit of cooling inside this room, since we aren't even close to being able to make any type of AC unit. Everyone is sleeping for the moment. That's fine. The rice plants are actually coming along very, very nicely. I'm very happy with the rice plant. We have just so much fertile land that, boy, I sure hope they do. Okay, roof is being built. Good stuff. Okay, we actually have a storage area. And a pretty sizable one at that, actually. So let's expand it like to there. And then let's expand our dumping area to about here. Look at that. Perfect. And we didn't botch the door. Absolutely perfect. Now you're working on the game of which is going to help us increase our knowledge whenever we play with it. And 2 people can apparently play with this, so that's good. The hoopstone ring will come whenever it comes. Let's see, how are we doing for meditation over here? We still have 1 anima grass. It's better than nothing. It is absolutely better than nothing. I'm going to have you mine these just so you can get to your meditation spots a little bit easier. Once it's actually ready to go, we're only going to have Apple come over. Maybe we'll only have Apple come over. Either way, she's going to be the one who links to it. So it would make the most sense for her to be the one who comes over to it, but we'll see, depending on how things go. The game is warning me that we need holding platforms, but that's fine. Campfire. So apparently we can cook stuff at a campfire. Is that what you're telling me? Let's have a campfire right here. And then let's also have a roof area. Yeah, look at that. Oh, we're actually gonna be able to cook our rice into real food. Oh, yeah. Okay, we're also training our little buddies. Good stuff. We like that. Our dog is fully trained on attacking. And we also have a bunch of alpacas. Now, okay, wait a minute. Alpacas, do they give milk? They have remarkably soft and insulating fur. Insulating fur, huh? Tan, dried, good at temperature regulation in hot climates. 16 cold, 24 heat, and it also has a bit of beauty. Holy crap, it also has a ton of armor. What in the world? Hear me out. Let's start taming the alpacas. Let's get those alpacas on our side immediately, because that sounds real good. Then at the campfire, we are going to make... Oh, it needs both types, huh? It needs meat and vegetarian. Okay. Let's cook... Is there... Oh, wow. Holy, that gives no nutrition. What in the world? Pemmikians suck. But they never expire. Alright, you know what? Let's just make as many simple meals as absolutely possible. Our absolute highest is 4, so cook whenever you get the chance, please. And there is... Uh-oh. We're being attacked. Willow, Dog, can I have both of you come over here? You are the ones who can fly, so ideally you should just be able to shoot this guy down. Alright, well, time to absolutely cheat. We are going to come back here to Dog, who I want to just stand right here. Huh, bye! Okay, now both of you, shoot at this guy. Okay, Willow, run. Can we... Oh, we can. We can. Dryad, get him. Ah, Willow. Okay, everything's fine. Everything's fine. We're speedy. Speedy quick. Yeah, get her. Get her. No, you leave our Dryad alone. No, you downed him. You're so lucky that we suck with bows. Everyone else is asleep. Where's our dog? Where's our dog? Can I... Animals. There it is. Haley. Dang it. You're not trained enough to attack. Wait, you are. Why are you not... I guess you don't attack on your own, huh? Alright, well, frickin' Willow, Dog, keep doing what you're doing. You're doing great. And we'll get our Dryad up in just a moment. Hang on. You sit right there. Our little tiny fairy limbs are gonna get you before you know it. Are you the kind that never... You're a misandrist? Really dislikes and distrusts men. Abhors the idea... I mean, I'm okay with bringing you on our side, but we can't really do that. So, I apologize, but you must die. Your friends cannot know where you came from. Therefore, you must die. Okay. Thank you both for your hard work. If someone could please come rescue the Dryad, I would appreciate it. Right, we all suck at doctoring. Well, we'll just hope that the Dryad is A-okay. He's fine. A-okay. See? That's what we like. No. Don't keep the body in here. Oh my goodness. You know what? Zone dumping. Frickin' keep bodies over here. We'll set it. Clear all. Corpse. All corpses come over here. Meanwhile, over here, we'll set it so that corpse is absolutely not allowed. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. We're getting it figured out. Very slowly, we're getting it figured out. But what matters is we're actually making progress. Now, once someone can tame these alpacas, in a perfect world, we just have alpaca fur, and we never really have to worry about insulation. That would be such just the best introduction that we could ever use. Also, we're really unhappy. Oh, right. We just hate all fire, including a campfire. Really? Oh. Well, we're going to have to deal with a campfire, right? Sure. We don't like it, but it'll be fine. It'll be absolutely fine. It's just a campfire. We need it to cook. Look, Persimmon knows that. I will say, though, we're actually doing really well. I want to check on everyone's needs. So, Cottonwood is a little bit hungry. Dog is doing alright. Willow is a bit hungry. Persimmon is hungry. And Apple is hungry. But I want to check. So, it is kind of helping. So, as long as we're in sunlight, we legit don't become hungry, but we also don't become fed. Psychic drone low sucks, but that's fine. Mechanoid, ooh. Mechanoid signal for a grav engine? Meh, we don't want that. Grav engine? What would we need to go to space for? We have everything we could ever use right here. So, if we could just train all our animals to just be, like, really, you know, just absolute snuggle friends, that'd be great. Also, who's the best with animals? Let's see. Minus 26 from the psychic drone. No. You know what? Anima song. Wait, can you only do this in a certain spot? The ability needs to be used on an anima tree. You know what? Psychic drone, prepare to be ignored. It didn't work because there's currently a negative one going. Okay, well, at least we learned that. Lessons were learned today. Unfortunately, not good ones. Alright, who's the best with animals? Animals 2, 13, 5, 13. Okay, hey dog. Can you come tame these alpacas? I would sure appreciate that. As for where we're actually going to put them, I don't know. Haha! Alpaca 1 has been tamed. Now we need a pen. So let's get that going as quickly as possible. So... where do we want a pen? You know what? Actually, we put a pen right here because we can have fertile land, which they can eat from. Then we need a fence. Yes, it's perfect. Absolutely perfect. It needs a bridge. It's almost perfect. Well, you know what? We'll put up a bridge. We will get a bridge going as quickly as possible. Right there. Look at that. And then we get a growing zone. We'll just do this entire area. That's fine. And this will be hay grass. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It's all coming together. And then we'll adjust our fencing just a little bit so it's a little bit bigger. We'll put the pen marker over here. This is all marked. Good stuff. Okay. You know what? Good enough for me. Now, as long as the alpaca doesn't full-blown get away, we'll be fine. Okay, Willow doing good stuff. Okay, planting a bunch of hay grass. You are, unfortunately, destroying those trees, which we probably could have replanted elsewhere, but I didn't think about that until this moment, so oh well. And then maybe we'll set up like a little resting area for the animals too. That way they're not just in the middle of nowhere. Let's go ahead and put up a gate here, last fence, and then it'll be the perfect pen. All right. I don't know if it'll last us forever, but it'll certainly last for now. 3 alpacas should be able to survive on hay grass in this little pen. Assuming nothing attacks them, but, you know, we'll see. We'll certainly see and find out, won't we? Okay. So, I looked around, because I wanted to try and get an idea of what we're doing. Perhaps the corn plants are not the best idea. Now, I say that because here's what I'm thinking, right? I know it's a bit last minute. We don't really have any way to refrigerate the corn. So when it inevitably goes bad, we can't really do anything with it. So, what I'm thinking of doing is potentially making this into hay. That way all of our animals can eat. It does mean that the time we spent working on the corn is wasted. However, it does also mean that our animals are going to be so unbelievably happy. And it's not like we're going to be out of food. We still have 3 separate places that are growing rice. Well, actually, no, wait a minute. I changed these 2 to be strawberries. My reason for it is because it is a good amount of food without much effort at all. And we can eat it immediately. Then, what I decided to do is, up here is rice, right here is rice, and then, debatably, I will leave some of this as corn, but I might make most of it hay. I don't know. I also set up a fishing zone with a couple limitations. That way we don't completely exterminate fish. But what we can do with the fish is we can make pemmicans. Which, again, while they're not great, they never expire. So it could be a really good idea. And then I did also expand our cotton plant farm, because even though we are potentially going to have llama fur, having cotton as a bit of a backup is still a good idea. Corpse disposal is over here because we don't really want that near us. We don't like corpses. Butchering animals is a no-go, so we're not going to be doing that. And then over here, I am ripping up all of this marble flooring, because even though it's not the worst thing, or this ancient concrete, I'm sorry, even though it's not the worst thing in the world, we want more grass. We want more nature. So that's exactly what we're gonna do. And then as far as this fire and people being unhappy about that, we're kind of just gonna have to deal with it, if I'm honest. And then I have a couple growing zones just to plant some roses, because my thinking is they will raise our beauty by a lot. We'll see. We'll see. This is all theoretical, of course. None of this is actually set in stone for the moment, but if we can get a really, really lucky Garulian tree, that would make things a lot easier, because then I can convert these heel root things into more rice, which means more food, which we like. So yeah, I think I'm gonna do it. So let's go ahead and shrink zone right down the middle. And then we are going to make a new growing zone across all... That could be problematic, huh? Okay, it's going to be slightly smaller, but you know what? That's fine. This is going to be hay. There we go. Then we make this into hay grass. There you go. Our animals are going to have borderline unlimited food, which we like. If we could get some berry Garulian trees, that'd be great too. In fact, that would be even better, because them plus strawberries equals unlimited food. Especially because I think we could turn that into pemmicans too, with a little bit of rice. Well, we would still need fish, but still. So I'm thinking... I've definitely got a much better understanding of the game now compared to what I had when I initially started. So overall, I'm pretty proud of the strides that we're already making. I know it's not perfect, but compared to when I originally started, it's certainly not bad. Apple at the moment is working on this floor painting, which is probably going to take a while. Oh, Dog is also working on this one. Perfect. I mean, more beauty is never a bad thing. And then other people will probably just rip up this flooring as we go. And then I set a couple sleeping spots up just so we can sleep under the stars and in the sunlight, photosynthesis, and all that. Interestingly, ripping up the flagstone over here has revealed more fertile land. That is very interesting. We're also getting more anima grass. Oh, look at that growth rate. Oh my goodness, absolutely flying. We have 3 anima grass. That's pretty good. That is probably pretty good. Debatably, we could do a role change here in the future, but we also kind of just don't need to right now. Now, the only unfortunate thing is we don't really get anything for ripping up this ancient concrete, but since we do really like nature and all that, I think having just more dirt and grass and potential trees is probably going to be better than just having a bunch of concrete around. Apple is really unhappy for reasons that perhaps were preventable, but that's fine. Okay, our alpaca is starting to run away. Cottonwood, I know... Oh, you're not assigned to constructing. Willow, can I get you to come build this before our alpacas start to get too far away? The quicker we can get this gate up, the better. Perfect. Now, it's a full-blown pen marker. Beautiful. Beautiful. Our alpacas are gonna live like kings. Provided that we can actually get them all inside. Is this ours? This is ours. Who is the best animal? Oh, dog. You know what? Oh, Persimmon's got it. Okay. I'm gonna have to change the nickname from dog. Even though, okay, it is really funny calling a pixie dog, but I would kind of like something to actually call her, which would make life a lot easier. By the way, just in case you guys are interested, if you would like your very own character, let me know. I'm thinking as long as it's some kind of druid that falls into what this playthrough is doing, that'll be totally fine. Chances are we'll probably just rename some of our sapling kids, or if we get any of those special dryads, we will rename those. We'll see what happens, but for the moment, if you guys would like a character, be sure and let me know, and I'll get you added as soon as I possibly can. Now, as for how we're doing, we're not doing bad. Research is slow. It's very slow, let's be honest. I don't know how we would really increase that other than... Oh, electricity. But that takes a long, long time. Let's think. If we were to work on electricity, not right now, obviously, we're not even close to being able to use electricity, but let's assume that we work on it. We can put lights. We could put wind turbines. I really don't want to use anything that does pollution in this run. Chem fuel power generator. Oh, chem fuel, actually. That might be the big thing that we use in this particular playthrough is chem fuel. Interesting. Really, really interesting. Because you can turn natural stuff into chem fuel. Cottonwood, what are you doing? Why are you cutting these trees? I don't understand. Oh, so you can plant the rows. I don't know if that was worth it. I'm gonna be honest. That probably wasn't very worth it, but okay. Do what you're gonna do. Willow is still clearing all of that ancient concrete. Apple is now given a big think. And our alpacas seem to be doing pretty good. Now, okay, the wool growth, so we, I'm going to assume we can shear the wool and turn that into clothing. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It's all coming together. The fleeing praetor. Her guards were killed in an ambush, and she's now being followed by a man-hunting bluebird. Okay. Yeah, why not? I accept. And we will accept with Apple. Bosto joins. Yippee! Alright, well, we'll defend you as soon as we can. Oh no. A man-hunting bluebird. Scaria infected. Oh, scary. Alright. Fairies and pixies, let's get ourselves up and going. It's just a bluebird, so I'm expecting this shouldn't be too terribly hard. Although, you're kind of fast. You're real fast, actually. Where are you both at? Okay, both of you, stand guard. Apple, maybe don't go meditate for the moment. Okay. We have line of sight of the bluebird. That did not look like a hit, but okay. Absolutely did not look like a hit, but we take those. We take those. Okay. Well. That went pretty well. So, what I'm going to do is I am going to build a... I can't remember what it's called now. Frickin' just looked at it. A column. And we are going to expand. So let's get a column going. I'm going to build one right here. That way we can potentially mine all this out. And mine that. It's a bit of a bigger pen. It's nicer. It gives us a bit more storage options, and we could potentially make a little hut for our animals when it gets too hot or too cold. Apparently, Bosto has decided to play a game of Cool. Well, your shuttle should be here soon, so enjoy your stay for the moment. And fare thee well. Cool. Well, we can get that title whenever we want now on Apple. I'm A-okay with Apple being a quote-quote ruler, because Apple is, for all intents and purposes, probably one of the more important characters in this run. For now, until we get more. But that might be a while. Okay, and we're cooking the salmon into a pemmican. Look at Persimmon go. She's doing her best. Oh, she has heterochromia. That's fun. Oh no, the fire went out just as she was cooking. Oh my god. Well, let's hope no fires are too bad, because it is a thunderstorm now. Ah. The fact that we there is a fire. Who's, do you guys go beat out fires? Oh, the rain took care of it. Jeez, it's a real thunderstorm. Good lord. Okay, so you know what? I thought the dryads were going to be a little bit more of a problem than they actually are. They're doing fine. They're honestly doing fine. Like, I expected way worse from the dryads. Now, what we could do is... let's be honest, our scheduling right now is pretty horrendous. We could change our strategy. Also, a wild woman just showed up. What are you? You're a baseliner. You're also neurotic. Well, you're a baseliner, so I'm gonna be honest. You're not quite what we're looking for. Not that we think that you're bad, per se, but trusting humans is something we're not quite used to. Apparently we can hunt her. You know what? If she attacks us, we'll kill her. That's what we'll do. Debatably, I could do what I did in the previous series, which is just convert people to other thing as needed. I'm I was thinking of not doing that this time, but to be fair, with how this run is potentially going to go, that could be a problem. The rain and cottonwood put that out. Okay, good stuff. We have more pemmikians to work with. Ah! Okay. Everything is fine. Everything is A-okay. But, yeah, debatably what we could do is we could try to convert people into, freaking, I can't remember their name now. Garuliankin, Animakin, Fairy, Pixie, and the, humanoid dryads. Ah! Human revenge, that's funny. No! She's trying to kill us! Run, Persimmon! Run! So you're in trouble now, huh? Alright, Willow and Dog. Actually, to be fair, just Willow will probably be fine. Oh, you're already on the way. Cool. Persimmon is running for her life. Okay, so she's probably just not gonna let that go, huh? Whee! Come along, Willow! Well, there is a fire. Really? Fine, give up your meditating for now. The rain is still going. Let's hope it puts some of these fires out. Willow, Willow, where are you going? Okay. I don't know how long you stay maddened. It doesn't really tell me, so alright, take her down. Okay, well, this is gonna be a little harder than I thought. We're gonna have to do a little bit of kiting, I feel. Okay, Willow, you're in a perfect spot. Shoot it and thussa. Okay, ideally you hit her, though. Ideally you hit her. Shooting level 0. Well, you know, that does make sense. Where's our dog? We're dog. Animals. Haley. We can't make Haley attack. Well, who's your master is dog, huh? Well, I guess this is just gonna have to be real sucky then. Alright, Cottonwood is working on that. Alright. Dog, you come help. Now, Persimmon does have sap blood as well as, like, kind of natural healing. So we should be fine. It's good shooting skill. Alright, thank you. Everyone go about your day. So you're just gonna be maddened forever, huh? Unless... Okay, hang on. Right. What if we heal her and then try again? Right? What if we try some of that? Everyone is sleeping for the moment. We are very slowly healing back up, so we should be okay. Honestly, once we start getting alpaca clothing, I think we're gonna be in an even better spot. Research, however, is proving to be exceptionally slow, and because our fairy is doing the hard work mining, that isn't exactly going quickly either. Oh, a combat supplier. We do not trust these people. But they may stay so long as they behave themselves. Now, theoretically, not that I think that we would or should, But theoretically, can we... Does it feel in character for us to, like, harvest stuff? Scarlet Edge we can't use. It's heretical. God dang, you have some late game stuff. What in the world? You're just walking around with this stuff? Okay, well, we're really not able to get a whole lot of money from you, so whatever. You guys do what you're gonna do. But yeah, I don't know if it would be in character or not for this faction to harvest organs. I'm kind of thinking no. But at the same time, there is a part of me that thinks it does make a little bit of sense. So, I don't know. I'll let you guys be the judge of that. Because I have been told that organ harvesting is like the most OP thing that you can do in the entire game. So, if we want an easy way to make unlimited money, then that's how we do it. How is our cotton doing? 55%? Okay, could be worse. As soon as we can make some headdresses, that is what I'm going to do, because I want to start getting us some leader roles. That way our overall happiness is a little bit better, because right now it's not good. Throw spikes, huh? That's interesting. We can also make chunks to just throw stuff at people. We can make a stake, which is good against sanguiphages. Or we could just smash a robot. I've also come up with an idea most ingenious. I've decided to separate the beds. It seems like the most reasonable thing to do. Persimmon is really just not having a good time. Yeah, really just not. Also doesn't like the dark. I've been in the dark for a while. I don't like it. Well, it is nighttime. You know? To an extent, it is nighttime. Okay, she is going up, though. She's doing better. Doing better by the moment. Plus, with our beds being more separated, I think people will be a little bit happier about that overall. We do also have these roses and stuff, which is going to be raising beauty, which ideally is also going to be raising mood. We're making do with what we got. We're making do. Let's see, our strawberries are almost done. Rice is just constantly ready to go as needed. Okay, we're fishing up a little bit. There is a tortoise that has gone mad. Well, let's go ahead and take out that tortoise, shall we? Alright, dog. As soon as it comes into range, start firing. Good stuff. Both of you, start firing. You guys got this. Good stuff. Wow, you have a lot of armor, actually. Battle turtle? Hear me out. Battle turtle? I apologize, tortoise, but this is simply how it must be. You must be slain. Shooting level 0. Willow, you're not getting any better at that, are you? No. She needs to get to level 8 to actually have any XP. That is, that's not great. Okay, both of you keep shooting at the turtle. So be it. The deed is done. Well, at least it didn't kill anybody. There is that. Ooh, we finally get to harvest some of our heal root. Yes, we actually get to heal ourselves a little bit. Perfect. Now, Persimmon, how is your... Oh, you're doing okay. Yeah, you're doing all right. Now, I do want to remind you that absolutely everyone sucks at doctoring. So, I don't, you know, it's a good thing that we have some kind of natural regen because, it's not good. None of us are good doctors. We all just kind of look at trees and go, wow, that ought to take care of it. Persimmon is still having a bit of issues, but We are healing. Oh my goodness. Actually, full trees. I recently walked among many full trees. Cool. Fae-style surroundings. I'm surrounded by constructions which match the styles that reflect my Fae beliefs. Perfect. Perfect. Unsightly environment. Really? Oh, it's all the lime, it's all the rock rubble and stuff, huh? Now, the daylily is actually giving 18, and the rose is giving 14. Okay, so... Interestingly, daylilies are actually a lot more effective than I thought. And that rock rubble is, how much? It was like negative... Yeah, -4. And -5. Oof. Okay, well, you know what? We can have someone come over there and sweep a little bit later. We can have someone come over and sweep later. For the moment, we're just going to keep doing what we're doing. Everything is okay. Everything is fine. Okay, persimmon is being fed. Good stuff. Or no, I guess that mink came over to eat her food. I don't really know what that was. The separated beds is absolutely helping, though. Like, I think that is actually helping like crazy. Our smoke leaf is not going to be ready in time, so there is a chance that Persimmon's going to have a mental break, and ideally that is not going to be the case, but I also don't think I can prevent it. If we can get some Gerulian seeds right about now, that'd be perfect. Another issue that I've kind of thought of, right, is our tree kin. They have sapling birth, which isn't bad. However, how exactly are we supposed to get children when we're all female? You know what I mean? You kinda, are you seeing the issue? Because I am. Ooh, we might have to well, no, but we can't clone, because I made it so that we hate freaking clone vats. Oh. Terrifying hallucinations. She will flee from anyone she perceives as a threat. Oh, no. Well, I mean, all things considered, that could have been a lot worse. Running around being afraid of everything is better than killing everybody. Okay, our anima tree is 90% grown and has 6 anima grass. That's good progress. Unfortunately, we do have a whole lot of corpses to worry about, which I'm not super enjoying, but that's okay. Willow, are you busy? Can I have you come over here and clean up this rock rubble? And then, Dog, can I have you come over here and clean up this rock rubble? Yeah. That ought to help our environment a little bit. And let's see, instead of -4, it is up to +1, except for this. That's better. That's a lot better. That will overall help our mood. That wool growth, by the way, is actually really fast. We're already up to 41 and 45%. Okay, persimmon is still running around. That's fine. The anima tree is 91% grown. We're taking good care of it. Now, I don't know if we can necessarily get dryads from the anima tree, if I'm honest. But that is something to think about. Okay, and Dog is making more pemmikians. We like that. Good stuff. It's only 5 at a time, but still, it does not go bad. And if we ever get too terribly hungry, we can eat some strawberries, which will also increase our happiness. See, there's layers to my madness. There's actual reasonings for me doing the things that I'm doing. This whole trees ravage thing, by the way, is not going to go away for a hot minute, unfortunately for us. And there really isn't a whole lot that we can do about that. And our research is almost ready for stone cutting. Virus men? Virus men. You're a waster. Ah. Suddenly that makes sense. Is it only you? Yes, sir, it is. Okay, well, Willow, dog, can I get both of you? Attack from the bottom, right? Attack from the bottom. He'll never see it coming. Then, let's get Haley. Haley, training. Follow master when drafted. Yes. Good. Good stuff. Haley, you are going to be probably the best fighter that we have right now. Oh, yeah, look. Aw, Haley, you're doing great. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and come as close as possible. And then we can also, while this is on, mastered animals are sent forth to attack distant targets. Really? Well, we're about to make good use out of that. I mean, I guess that's what we have to do. We just have to do some attack animal shenanigans. If we can get some thrumbos, that would be so good. Ah, dog run. Ah. She's too little. She can't take a mace to the face. Oh, yes, he turned around. Shoot him. Yeah! Oh, and we got smoke leaf. Oh my goodness, that's actually perfect. Holy. Buddy, you have no idea how much you just helped us out. Haley is eating him. Okay, we're just gonna ignore that. How about operations administer? We can't do it yet because we haven't brought it home. Well, as soon as we bring these smoke joints home, we are going to give some to Persimmon. Okay, now, Persimmon. Health, add operation, administer smoke leaf joint. The doctor orders that you have yourself a real relaxing time. The doctor being Apple, who's currently sleeping, but let's get you something nice, huh? Also, how close is our cotton? 81%. We are so close to being able to get our democracy up and going. There we go, Persimmon. Look at that. How you feel? How do you feel now? Chemical hunger is still at 8. Okay, well, it's better. It's not 12. You know? Well, we take that. Yeah, we take that. And our anima tree is still going nice and strong. Excellent. 93% grown. Although, I will say, perhaps we should have started with one of our humanoid dryads instead of dog. I'm gonna keep it 100% with you. Probably should have done that. But to be fair, okay, I didn't realize that this potential beginning was going to be as brutal as it was. I should have, but I didn't know. No! Tell you what, if this lynx attacks us after we try and tame it, if it attacks us, we're killing it. Otherwise, it'll be a fine addition to our animal arsenal. The cycle of life is unfortunately brutal, and our little hamster had to suffer for it. By the way, a meteorite of compacted steel? Yeah, it's pretty good. That's pretty good. If only any of us were good at mining. You clean? Really? You even clean stuff up? That is really interesting. These companion dryads are actually way more powerful than I thought they were. Like, yeah, I know that they're animals, but still, I wasn't expecting them to be quite that good. Huh. Animals might be a lot better than I was giving them credit for. So, are we allowed to butcher animals? No. No, we're not. Well, it is what it is. That's what happens when you respect nature a little bit too much. An ally needing help. Oh my. supernatural mystic of the Pact of Del Resna is requesting a favor. Rada Wang is interested in learning about other cultures, and she wants you to host her for 23 days. Huh? You want me to keep her mood above 50%? We can barely keep our own mood above 50%. Oh, I see. We will gain goodwill if we... Interesting, so it's a bonus. Also, what the heck is a tornado generator? An ancient control unit for a network of weather control satellites. This device has had certain failsafes bypassed. The tornado will be left to spend its remaining energy. Oh. Do we just get to do that forever? Is that just a thing that we get? I kind of want to get the goodwill, though, because we sure could use allies, and honestly, the Pact of Del Resna has been nothing but nice to us so far. Like, I'm pretty sure it's even them that left the gold. Is that just me? Maybe I'm mistaken on that, but I'm pretty sure that they left us gold. They've kind of been nothing but nice to us. We really don't have much for her, though. Like, we barely have food for ourselves, let alone for them. However, our corn is almost ready to go. When the corn is done, we can make a crap ton of simple meals. I don't know that we can keep your mood above 50%, but I'm confident that we can keep you alive. Does that count? Maybe not. Okay, let me think. I'm gonna try and map out a little something here, because as we stand right now, I don't think this is a bad start, actually. Despite everything, I actually don't think that this is a bad start. But I'm kind of wondering about a few logistical things. And I'll ask it out loud. That way, it's just out in the open. I like all of our races. I think that the humanoid dryads, perfect. Our anima and Garulian kin, perfect. My fairy and pixie, while not the best, I still think that they fit. However, should we convert people that we recruit into... Okay, here's what we'll say. Anyone that we recruit gets converted into a humanoid dryad. But in order to get more Garulian kin, anima kin, fairies, pixies, we have to do it the hard way, where we extract the guy juice and then put it with an egg and do it that way. But anyone that we recruit, for example, the wild woman, after we actually get her to join, we convert her into a human dryad. We keep all of her stats. We keep all downsides, upsides. We keep all of it. We just turn them into a dryad. I actually think, in a way, that could be really fitting. Obviously, I would be, quote, quote, not even quote, quote, I would be cheating to do it. I would be using this particular menu. But I actually think that it's a really fitting thing to do, because I almost see it as, I don't want to say forced conversion, but effectively, joining us, you have to eat like a certain berry or something, which immediately converts you into a dryad, which also probably takes away a bit of who you were previously. But hey, that's just how nature works. So I'm kind of thinking of doing that. And then, like, for all of our actual Garulian kin and stuff, we just do it the hard way. I think that makes sense. I'm leaning into that. We'll see. I do want to hear your guys' thoughts on it first, but I think that might be what we do. Especially because since we're on the Archonexus run, we're gonna have to give up most people anyway. Also, this is concerning, but we'll worry about that later. Well, Cottonwood isn't great at it, but she's certainly better than Willow and Dog. Well, mining is mining. Okay. What? One of your tribe's people have gotten sick from fibrous mechanites. They enhance the victim's strength, but also cause intense pain. These are probably a mutated strain of strength-enhancing mechanites. Huh. That is actually really bizarre. So, where's the best place to have a medical place, do you think? I'm kind of thinking that we should have a quote-quote medical area right here. And then we can both of those medical. We have herbal medicine. I know it isn't fantastic, but it is something. Also, we're about to develop stone cutting. Very exciting. Yeah, that serious pain is, becoming a serious pain. Haha! Cotton is almost done. Why are you down? Because you're extremely hungry. Well, frickin'... Do you guys not eat hay grass? Is that the problem here? Malnutrition. You guys don't eat hay grass, do you? Well, that's a problem. What the heck do you guys eat then? I guess you guys eat rice? Hang on, does it actually say anywhere what they eat? Body clock diurnal. Food consumption, vegetable seeds, live plants, and kibble. Right. Okay, well, let's adjust this and put kibble. Now, making kibble. Can we do that right now? Like, if I just type in kibble. No. No, we cannot. Well, I don't know why you guys are unable to eat. So, okay. What if I make it rice? Will you guys be able to eat that? So, for example, vegetables, seeds, live plants, vegetables. So not rice. Not rice. Can we really grow vegetables? I mean, we can... They're strawberries, actually. We can grow them strawberries. Well... If we gotta feed them strawberries, then so be it. Once we're done meditating, I think we harvest our current strawberries and we just make it work. By the way, anima tree, 7 grass, 95% grown. Okay, we're also still in immense pain. I need to make it to where nobody else smokes that. Let's tend to Willow so that we deal with that pain a little bit, because she's already about to have a mental break. Okay. 47% tended. How much does that help? Can't tell, honestly. Let's see. Apple... Okay, it looks like it's already all being harvested, so that's good. Cottonwood is ahead of the curve. Okay. Now, she's coming up here, presumably to feed them. Apparently not. We could also do Devil Strand. I'm gonna go with smithing. Just so we have it. Okay, now we're harvesting our cotton. Good stuff. That means we can make our headdresses, and we can actually get our titles going. Now, Cottonwood. Are you able to feed them at all? No. You're just on a harvesting mission. Okay, well... I don't want our alpacas to die, but apparently I am not as prepared as I thought I was, because... There we go. They do eat the hay grass. It wasn't grown enough. More virus men. This is another one of those learning experiences, isn't it? Alright. Let's get ourselves ready to go. Let's go ahead and take up battle position. And we're just going to let her run at us for the moment. Okay. She is going the complete wrong way, so I want you guys to run after her. Okay, Willow, start shooting. Now, our dryads... Yeah, they will attack. They will attack. Meow. Well, we did friendly fire, so that's not amazing. Okay, Willow, fly above. Now, keep shooting. Our complete lack of combat capability is proving to be a problem. Quite a big problem at that. We've already lost 2 of our animals, 1 to a raid and 1 otherwise. We are not able to heal up our companion dryad, so that is unfortunate. Now, I do think the companion dryads have some form of regen, kind of how our Phytokin do. So there is that. There is that. Huh. Yeah, we're in a bit of a sticky situation. We'll pull through. I think we'll pull through and we'll be just fine. The fact that we lost one of our alpacas is not fantastic, but we still have 2 more. And provided we can actually feed them, we should be fine. By the way, I've been noticing this, and I thought it was going to change. For some reason, it's permanent summer? So I don't know what's going on with that. Now it says it's depending on the season, so I think it just says permanent summer. I don't think it actually is. There's a badger? Wow, okay. Well, sure. Now, I think I've already mentioned this, but I am going to mention it again because I'm kind of... part of me is losing track of what I have and have not said. But I really think that it would be fitting if people that we recruit, we turn into human dryads, which are these are the dryads, obviously. And the human dryads, basically, they have the same effects as the Gerulian tree dryads, but they're humans. So I think we are gonna do that, and one of the funniest answers to that question when I asked in the Discord was cute tree people factory, sign me up. And now I'm like, okay, I'm leaning into it a bit more, which makes me so sad because if we had tamed that wild woman, we could have turned her into a dryad. Ah. Oh well, it is what it is. There will be more. Now, if we could get crafting, I could really use some tribal headgear, please. And also, yeah, our our scheduling needs a little bit of work. You know, just saying, maybe a little bit of work. But let's see, who is the absolute best? Would it be tailoring? Persimmon and Cottonwood. You're pretty much the only ones who can do it. Okay, well, when you're done playing your game of can you come make these headdresses so that we can actually get some people in charge? That way we're a little bit happier. Also, you're still bleeding. But you're not dying, because you're a dryad, so you have natural regen. and we just can't tend to him at all. So I guess we'll just ignore the fact that he's bleeding everywhere, huh? I'm sure that's fine. Oh, see? Look at that. He's totally fine. Look at that. Fully healed. Okay. Persimmon's got it. As soon as we get that headdress, we're gonna be good to go. We are going to be the greatest tribals you've ever seen. By the way, yeah, I feel like we're tribals, bro. Like, I'm actually kind of shocked at how difficult this start is compared to just the crash land. But that's okay. I sorta kinda knew what I was signing up for. I knew that it was gonna be a little bit more difficult. So we're gonna roll with it. We're just gonna keep doing what we're doing. And as soon as Persimmon is done with this tribal headdress, we are going to make Apple the first of the 3 leaders. Okay, good stuff. Now, begin roll change. Apple, you are the Green Chief. Let us begin. Behold, the spirits call from beyond. All of our ancestors that were burned in our previous residence come before us now to give their thoughts, their spirits, their strength to let us form something greater, something beyond ourself. A true faction. Yippee! Everyone's super unhappy, but that's okay. Let's see. So she wants Green Chief apparel, which she is going to get. It's alright. It's poor quality, but that's fine. Okay, so what do we need to work on? We need a second leader. That's fine. Third leader. That's fine. Darkness. Can't really help that. And an Elder of Republic. We'll work on that. So I'm thinking Cottonwood and Persimmon should probably be the 2 other leaders, and then Willow will probably be our alt. Well, Apple had a mental break. That is unfortunate. Hopefully no social fights start. Although she is just kind of sitting there insulting Willow. Her ears! Oh, that's a low blow. Her nephew? Alright, well. The good news is we actually get to sleep. Also, there's a Look! There's a caravan of our people going by! Ugh, but they're with filthy humans! Disgusting! We expect better from our people. Oh well. They will learn soon enough. So, yeah, these are the human dryads, by the way. Let's see. Age 129. God dang, they live forever. So, oh yeah, and okay, so childhood dryad was summoned by an unknown process. That's fine. Dryad worker does more laborious tasks that other castes wouldn't care to do. Okay. Now, obviously, we can't recruit them, but where is your race info? Oh, really? You're just baseliners, really? That is interesting. Oh, I see. Okay, the adulthood is what dictates what they are. Okay, I'm understanding now. I'm understanding now. But see, doesn't that make so much sense that anyone who comes by, we turn into a dryad? Oh, it makes so much sense. We gotta do it. We gotta have the cute tree people machine. Also, they're part of Southwestern Faran, which is... Holy, -30 goodwill? Oh my goodness. Rancher versus nature primacy. I don't know what that means. But they are the ones kind of over here, right? Yes. Either way we try and make contact with them, they are very, very far away, which isn't ideal, but oh well, what are you gonna do? Also, we are still super, super unhappy. Negative 20 from insults. Ew, yep. Yep, that's not good. Okay. And we do want Garulian connection, but we gotta get one first. We gotta get some trees first. I'm working on it, believe it or not. Okay, everyone is still not doing amazing. Okay, we do have multiple breaks potentially on the way. This anima tree is at 99%. And we have 9 whole grass. Okay, everyone's doing a little bit better. We are recovering very slowly. Alright, 5 days until we can use anima. You know what? I'm kinda... If we do a leader speech, maybe that'll help too. You know what? Let's do 52%. We have a chance for it to be encouraging. Let's go, let's go. Let's have a leader speech. The ancients are with us. Searching for peas. What? It was encouraging. So that means that we should have better needs. Oh my goodness, that is getting worse by the moment. I should just stop looking at that. Rich forest, encouraging speech is +5. That helps. We definitely want another headdress because we do want a second leader ASAP because that's going to be another +5. Okay, Willow wants her mechanites messed with. Dog is cooking. Good stuff. By the way, we have a mink. I don't know what the heck a mink is, but we have it. We haven't tamed it, but it's there. Also, our dryad is, in fact, healing himself. We like that. Okay, Persimmon, as soon as you finish this headdress, you are going to become the second leader. So, as soon as you finish it, you're going to feel so good. You're going to be so happy. You have no idea. It's going to be huge. Or not. Extreme exhaustion. Alright, that's because... that's because of the whole they get tired super fast, right. Alright, well, that's fine. That's fine. When you're up, go ahead and keep working on that. By the way, it's like so cold that it keeps killing our flowers, which is not helping. Oh well. We do have a bunch of hay grass that is almost ready to go, which will make our alpacas very happy. The wool is on the way. Persimmon and Willow are not doing well. But we can recover. I still, despite everything, I don't think that this is a restart type of scenario. But it's not good. It's still not good. That's okay. That's all right. We're making do. We are making do despite everything. Okay, you're going to meditate, and once you're done with that, if you can finish crafting, I would really appreciate it. Willow is on a smoke leaf binge. Okay. Also, apparently this is ready to harvest, but I don't think we're going to be harvesting it. We need 20 anima grass to be able to link up with the anima tree. So that's not the worst. That could definitely be worse. Okay, we're just about done with the second headdress. Good stuff. Let's immediately begin a role change. Persimmon, you are going to become the second leader. This is going to make everyone so much happier. Behold, the spirits are with us once again. Our fallen compatriots are with us in nature. And stuff. Nice. That's 2 leaders. So that's 10 needs that we've dealt with. Mostly. So let me see. We need a 3rd leader, and we need an Elder of Republic. Ugh. We'll work on it. We're almost there. Look, what matters is we are making strides. Research, we've actually researched stuff. Titles, we're actually getting titles. Base, we'll get there. Yeah, okay. I will say, I don't know how the base aspect of everything is going to go, because it's kind of difficult to make a base where we're in the sun all the time without... I don't know. We'll figure that out as we go. If you guys have any suggestions, by the way, for how we should be playing out this particular run, let me know. If you have any ideas, I am all ears. Obviously, we are sticking to the theme, but hey, I'm always down. I'm always ready to learn and admit my mistakes. For the most part, you know. But I do think that we have made enough progress in this episode for me to say the dreaded words. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. And to leave with 2 parting questions. Number 1, do you guys think that we should convert anybody that we capture or recruit or whatever have you into human dryads? And leave it to where we still have to get the phytokin, like apple persimmon, the hard way. Personally, I'm kind of thinking so, because I almost want to imagine if you were to walk into a forest with fairies and dryads and druids, there's probably something that would turn you into one unknowingly, right? And like, you know, you could argue, oh, you lose a bit of yourself, but that doesn't matter. Not to us. So, I am kind of thinking about that. We'll see. I do definitely want your guys' opinion on that, since we are technically going to be cheating to accomplish that. So, if you guys don't think I should do it, I won't. If you think it's a-okay, well, that makes things much easier. And like I mentioned towards the start, this is an Archonexus, whatever. Archonexus run, so at some point, we're going to be down to like 4 or 5 colonists again anyway. So it does kind of help in the long term, but we'll see. Definitely something to think about, because it's going to be a hot minute before we're even ready to move bases, because, yeah, this start is a lot more brutal. I was not expecting this start to be so different. And it's not even, like, the essentials are all the same. But as far as, like, what we're actually doing, it's very, very different, which is good. Honestly, this is a great learning experience for me, because the crash landed introduction, it kind of gives you everything you need to get started. This introduction gives you everything you need to survive long enough to get started without actually just handing you everything. So it is very unique. I do really like the fact that we decided to go with a bit of a harder start. And remember, we are technically playing with a harder narrator as well. So this will be good for me. This is really going to be a learning experience. But other than the Dryad question, I'm also wondering if we should allow ourselves to harvest organs. Because, like I mentioned earlier, it is a pretty OP thing from what I've been told, so I don't know if we should rely on it too much, and I also don't know if it would be very fitting for, like, a fae, you know, magical type people to do that. I don't know. Like, converting people into tree people, I can see that. Harvesting all their organs to sell it? I'm 50-50 on that one. Maybe to eat it, but But either way, thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.